Architecture. I'm also the video producer at Home Banao. So today we are at the Jaguar Lounge. It's a lighting lounge, and we are going to explore all sorts of lights here. And we have Mr. Girish with us, who is going to help us understand lighting better, its health benefits, the types of lighting, the available fixtures. So, Girish, if you can just tell us a little about Jaguar Lounge, about the lighting sector in Jaguar.
Yeah, hi. My name is Girish. We are at the Jaguar launch, lighting launch. And as far as lighting is concerned, we have the complete lighting solution available with us, right from the indoor, outdoor, and decorative lightings. Like we can say, like we give a complete lighting solution rather than giving lighting products. We give complete lighting solutions, and we give lighting products right from. If you take a project right from gate till bathroom, whatever lightings are required, everything we can provide.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get straight into the video. So we'll be exploring the general lighting first.
General lighting first, yeah.
Okay.
Finished.
Yeah. So Girish, you were mentioning about lighting, that Jaguar has started lighting, and you are providing all solutions.
Yes.
Before I get into each specific product, can you just explain the importance of lighting in a space?
Yes, yeah. See, we are talking about the artificial lighting basically. The natural lighting is daylight and other things. The artificial lighting, that is a man-made lighting basically, what we call. It is very important, like when the natural lighting is very less than this thing, during the daytime, or even when the time goes off, like in the evening times, the light comes down, right? So that time, like the natural light comes down and artificial light comes into the picture. So that time we provide. That is the reason why we provide the artificial lighting, which is a man-made lighting we call. We have different types of lightings in that, like so we have the general lighting, as we said, and as far as general lighting is concerned, like we have something like a dispersed lighting, that is a more of a dispersed lighting, and we have focused lighting in that, basically. So why it is why a general lighting is required? Like see, architectural lighting, the decorative lightings gives a aesthetic point of view.
Correct.
But this general lightings are required for our day-to-day general usage. Basically. And as I was mentioning about the dispersed or the general lighting point of it, we have some diffuse lighting where the glare part will be avoided basically.
Okay, there's no glare.
There is no glare on that. Glare will be at least cut to an extent basically.
Okay.
So, and we have the other lightings, like which is of focus lighting, where we give only a glass, transparent glass in it. So these focus lights can be used where you want to focus a particular object, a mannequin or a picture, those kind of products. So there we use these kind of COB lights or of focus lights. We call it. So that is about the general lighting. We can just show a few of the products in general lighting basically. We have in general lighting the application where it is used, like a few of the places false ceilings will be there, and a few of the places false ceiling true ceilings will be there.
Correct.
So where all like we have these false ceiling available, so we can go in for these recessed type of fixtures.
Okay.
So what we have shown here, those kind of recessed downlighters. It comes with round and square model.
Okay.
And wherever false ceilings are not there, we can go in for a suspended or a surface mounted fixture.
Okay.
That is on the true ceiling, what we call.
Okay, why can't we use the recessed lights for a true ceiling?
See, true ceiling is like where there is no false ceiling basically. It's like
Correct.
there is no any cutouts or anything. We have to
Correct.
directly mount it on the main ceiling. So those type of fixtures we call it as a surface mounted or a suspended fixture. Wherever false ceilings are there, we make the cutouts in that particular false ceiling. It might be a POP false ceiling or a grid ceiling. Different type of false ceilings are available. So in that they make the cutouts of those fixtures, and they will completely goes inside that fixture. It's called recess mounted fixture.
So your recessed fixtures come with adapter?
All the fixtures comes with the drivers we call. Earlier like we used to call those as a choke or ballast, we call that. So now for LEDs we call it as a drivers.
Okay, so
All fixtures comes with the drivers.
even the surface mounted.
Everything, yeah.
So-
it will be an integral part of it.
So what I'm understanding is basically if I want to put recessed lights, They come with drivers
Yes.
which will go inside the false ceiling.
Completely it will be inside the false ceiling. Only the front rim will be visible from the false ceiling.
Okay, but whereas your surface
mounted
lights,
will be completely outside the ceiling,
okay,
and drivers will again go inside the behind the fixture.
okay. So, is it like because of this driver's factor itself, I'm not able to use recessed light in the true ceiling? Like because there is no space for us to put the driver?
Yeah, see, basically, as I was mentioning, so in the false ceiling, the drivers will go inside that false ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
It can be kept separately. Whereas in the surface mounted, behind the fixture, there is a space for that. Or behind that, we keep these drivers,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be mounted on the surface.
Okay, got it.
All fixtures comes with the drivers, basically. That's a integral part of that fixture. That's an electronic component. Like lot of components are there in that, like which drives the current to the LEDs, basically.
Okay, and what are the type of lights? So you mentioned we have general lighting.
Yes.
What are the colors that we have in general lighting?
Yeah. See, generally for this thing, any LED we use now for a general lighting, we talk about only three colors basically. That is cool white, neutral white, and warm white.
Okay.
See, cool white is generally used in offices, commercial spaces, those kind of places, which will be a cool day light, what we call. It ranges, the color temperature, what we call it, ranges from 5500, 6000, 6500 Kelvin, we call it as.
Okay.
And neutral white ranges in the color temperature of 4000 Kelvin. And warm white is something around 2700 to 3000 in that range, Kelvin, what we call it as a Kelvin temperature. Commercial applications, we use cool white.
Okay.
And for residential and those places, we use neutral or warm white.
Okay.
And if you see any showrooms, like a textile showroom or jewelry showroom, usually you find the warm white color there.
Okay.
And even in hospitality, hotels, you see a warm white color.
Okay.
So that is like yellow color where you will feel that dull, subtle light. No, so that is why we give a warm white in those kind of hospitality, those kind of applications.
Okay. So what I want to understand is why certain places are using warm and why certain places are using only white, or why certain places are using neutral.
Yes. See, basically, cool white. Compared to all the three, cool white will have slightly higher lumen, light output, we call it as, compared to neutral and warm white. So for a reading purpose or any commercial office spaces, we recommend a cool white color temperature there.
Is it light on your eyes or something?
Yes, light on our eyes. What we actually see, right? That is the cool white color, and we recommend for cool white for all these applications. And as I said, the showroom lightings, those kind of places, like ornament showroom, those kind of places, we go in for a warm white color temperature. So you will get a better CRI in those color rendering index. Like what you see, the true color of the object, will be visible under a better CRI, basically color rendering index.
And it makes the product or the particular space look even more beautiful.
Yes, brighter and beautiful.
Okay.
Yes.
And this was about cool light.
Cool, neutral, and warm white.
So where are we using neutral lights then?
See, neutral, it can be used in household applications, residences, those places nowadays. More of people are going for liking the neutral white. It's not more warm also, it's not much cool also. So it's in between that. So for residential applications nowadays, clients are preferring neutral whites basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, if you want to just understand a small difference between warm, neutral and cool light. So basically your neutral light can be matched, or it can be called a replica of your sunlight. So that's your neutral light, and your white light is the old tube light white color that you had, the very bright white light. That's your cool white. And your warm light is basically a very subtle light, which is more on the warmer tone, which you see in most of the restaurants. And one key here, guys, when you go to a restaurant, if you have a warm light, that's basically so that you cannot find faults in your food colors. That's the application, and to make you feel more warmer in the ambience.
True, very true.
So Girish, so I understood why and where we are using these different colors of
Colours.
light. Now, what is the health impact of light on one's mind?
See, basically, one thing what people think is like there is glare in any lighting. Basically, see, especially in LEDs, people feel there is more glare. That is what people have a perception of LED lights. See, if you take glare, any light source will have a glare. If you directly have a view at the light point, no, any light source, whether it will be a CFL, a halogen, or any light source as a point of view, will have a glare in that.
Okay.
But LEDs, the intensity we feel it is more because it's a point source of lighting. If you see a fluorescent bulb or a CFL lamps and other this thing, it's a 360-degree throw of light basically. But in LEDs, it's more of downwards or whichever way direction you want it. No, that's a uni source.
Okay.
Unit point of source. So you feel that the intensity is more, but otherwise there is no health hazard in any LED lighting basically.
Okay.
But what we do to cut the glare is we use some kind of diffusers. Like we have good quality diffusers which cuts the glare. At the same time, we don't compromise on the light output.
Okay.
So we use good quality diffusers in our particular products, like so that like we get a better light output. At the same time, glare is also reduced.
Okay. And guys, to add to this, if you do not have good lighting, it can lead to headaches, it can lead to eye strains, and a lot of other related issues. So it's always best recommended that you go to a professional like Girish here in Jaguar store, who can help you choose the right lighting for the right applications and right spaces, so you do not have any adverse effects of it on your health.
Yes, and I would like to add one more point. See,
Yeah.
any this thing, like whether it might be a household application or commercial or office, lighting levels should be maintained at the optimum level. Basically, it should not be underlit also. It should not be overlit also. Both can have an adverse effect, as you rightly said. If it is very dim, like when you are doing a study or any this thing, that time you will feel stressed. And if it is overlit also, you might feel that effect of that. So optimum lighting is what we recommend, and we have professional lighting planners who takes care of the lighting design.
Okay.
And it might be any kind of project. It might be a industrial project or a residential, commercial space. We do a proper lighting design, and we recommend this is a wattage which is recommended for this particular application, this particular height of installation. That is how we recommend. So with the help of our lighting planners, we do a proper lighting layout design.
Okay.
And we recommend the wattage, number of fixtures, and the lux level what is required.
Required for a
there are
space.
there are some standards for each and every application. For industries, we have some standard. For office spaces, we have some standard as per the international and the Indian standards.
Right.
So we maintain that particular standard of lux. The measurement of lighting is measured with the term called lux.
Lux,
basically.
right.
So with that, we recommend the standard lux levels for different applications.
Okay. You mentioned that light is calculated with lux, and you also mentioned about different lighting products like LED, halogen. So what are the differences between these? What are the types and what are the differences? Like what should we use in actual spaces or in homes and all?
Okay. See, nowadays, as you are aware, like LED is the product which everybody is using all over the application, like whether it is home or any this thing, we use LEDs right now. CFLs and all those things have got outdated now.
Correct.
And like in LEDs, we have like for office space applications, we have something like a 2 feet by 2 feet fixture which goes inside the false ceiling. We have some suspended fixtures, profile lights we call it. Different products are available right now. We have something like a direct indirect lighting for office spaces nowadays. Like what we have is like 50% of the light output will be downward direction, 50% on the upward direction. So it will give a complete even lighting throughout the space.
Okay.
So that is also a new this thing right now basically. And even one more thing is like false ceiling concepts are slowly reducing now. People are going for true ceiling. We have the surface mounted and the suspended fixtures in office spaces nowadays. And even in home, this thing also, We have good number of general lighting products and the architectural lighting products in our range as well.
Okay.
So that's about.
So, are you suggesting that halogen lights are no more there and they've disappeared, or are they still existing?
Very minimal. Basically, like almost it's all like outdated and vanished. You can say basically.
Okay, so the
Extinct. It
only
is
thing now in
extinct, yes.
market is LED lights.
Yeah, everywhere we can see only LEDs. Of course, few of the remote areas and all you still get these GLS bulbs and other things, but it is almost nil now.
So,
Nobody
what
is
do you
using it.
think led to the catch where the entire industry is transformed only to LED lighting? Is it power supply? Is it
Exactly.
less cost? What is
Exactly.
it?
See, basically the main this thing why LEDs have become so popular is because of the power saving.
Okay.
Power saving. That is the main this thing. Like what we earlier used to use a 50 watt or 40 watt bulbs, halogen bulbs and all, can be replaced with a 10 watt or a 8 watt bulbs with the same lumen output basically nowadays.
Oh, okay. So, guys, if you were wondering why suddenly all over the world people are using LEDs, so it's because of the power
Yes.
saving.
And it can also withstand a lot of power voltage fluctuations.
Okay.
Like right from 140 to 280 volts it can withstand, and a lot of protections are being given, surge protections, over voltage protection, short circuit protection. A lot of protections are being given inbuilt in the LED fixtures or a bulb basically.
Okay, so it's not.
The replacement costs have also come down very much.
Okay.
And the life is another plus point in LEDs. Like earlier we used to have the CFLs, the halogens and all. Like the lamp life was very less compared to LEDs. You take a branded LED, it has a lamp life of 50,000 burning hours. If you use an average of 10 hours per day, it will last for more than 8 to 10 years.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the thing. Like the main this thing here is the electronic driver and the heat thermal management. If it is taken care properly, lamp will last for years together.
Okay. So guys, it's not like earlier times where suddenly because of voltage fluctuations your bulb will blast.
Fuse, yeah. So that those days have gone basically.
Okay, so we've got to know quite a bit about general lighting. I would like you to just show me a few lightings and
Yes,
explain
sure.
them.
We were just discussing about the general lightings basically. So you can see few of the general lighting products what we have displayed here. See, we'll just take you through the recess mounted fixtures first. Like these
Okay.
are all the recess mounted fixtures. What you can see here on the ceiling as well. See, as I was telling you, the fixture, like the most of the portion of the fixtures goes inside the false ceiling. They'll make a cutout like this, and the drivers, everything goes inside the false ceiling, and only the rim part of it will be visible from outside.
Okay.
So, like it will give a good appearance on the ceiling. Okay, and we have it in different dimensions, like the square and the round shapes we have. These are the basic models what we generally is available in the market.
In the recess.
In the recessed ones.
Okay.
And as far as the color temperatures are concerned, we have the cool whites. As we were talking about the color temperature,
Yeah.
the cool white, warm white, and the neutral
Neutral.
white. Okay, those are the different color temperatures.
Okay.
And each and every model will have different wattages. Like basically, depending on the height, the application height, we recommend different wattages basically.
Okay.
And if you see, like product starts from 3 watt till 24 watt we have in this
Okay.
kind of diffuse light.
Okay.
And this is a diffuse light. As I was mentioning, there are diffusers which cut the glare. I was mentioning about that.
Okay.
So this helps in cutting the glare effect of that. At the same time, not compromising on the light output basically.
Okay, so you mentioned there is from 3 watt to 24 watt.
Yes.
So just to give us an example,
Yeah.
at what height will you use 3 watt, or at what space you'll use 3 watt, and at what space will you use 24, or just an average range?
Yeah, 3 watt is used for a smaller room size, like a 6 by 6,
Okay.
smaller bathrooms. Those places we can recommend a 3 watt or a 6 watt basically.
Okay.
And for a ceiling height of around general ceiling height of around 8 to 10 feet, we can start with 6 and above basically.
Okay.
And for a double height, those places we can give a 24 watt for a
Okay.
yes.
So, guys, if you didn't figure this out, the lesser the wattage, the lesser the size, the more the wattage, the more the size of your fixture. So, since you mentioned these are recessed and they go in the
Inside,
cutout,
yes.
how much of depth do I require for any such light?
Yeah, okay. So, like we have different models basically in that also, recess mounted also. We have something like these kind of fixtures, which is a very slim model.
Okay.
Like it's called a edge-lit model,
Okay.
where the LEDs will be placed on the edges, behind this edges of this fixture.
Okay.
So hardly 8 to 15 mm, with the less than 15 mm thickness, it will accommodate.
No, so including the driver, say I have to get a false ceiling done. Do I need a 3-inch false ceiling?
For these kind of fixtures, it is sufficient of less than 1 to 1.5 inches sufficient for these kind of.
Oh, just a
Yes,
1.5
inches will be sufficient for this.
Wow, guys, so if you do not have proper lighting in your house and you want to do lighting but you have height constraints, say your house is just about 8.5 feet height, you can still go for these options and get your lighting better, because this would take only about 1.5 inch space of your height.
Within the false ceiling, like wherever false ceiling space is very less, right? Few of the places the ducts will be running.
Correct.
So those places, like space will be constrained. So those places you can go in for these kind of slim edge-lit panels.
Okay.
And we have some the backlit downlighters, what we call. So where the depth will be around 35 to 40 mm, and including the driver again within 2 inches, it will be sufficient for these also.
Okay.
The advantage here is like you will get a better light output compared to the edge-lit downlighters, where you have a better spacing between the false ceiling and the main ceiling. We recommend to go for a backlit downlighters.
Okay.
So yeah, again wattages we have already discussed, right? From 3 watt till 24 watts we have in this. And next, coming to the true ceiling application, like where like there is no false ceilings, there we can give these kind of surface mounted fixtures. Only few models are available here. Some more models are there, like where like surface directly on the false ceiling, we can mount it directly on the false ceiling. And again, same, everything will be the same, but why the depth is more here is like behind this fixture we have the drivers also fixed in that.
So basically, the true false
main
ceiling,
ceiling,
you will go with surface lights which have inbuilt drivers,
Inbuilt drivers.
because of which their depth is more.
Slightly more, yeah.
So guys, this is just about an aesthetic aspect, where if you do not want the depth of lights to be seen, you will go in for false ceiling with recessed lights. And say you don't have an option for false ceiling at all and you still want some surface downlighters, then you can go in for surface fixtures.
Surface, or we have these suspended ranges.
So these suspended ranges, they are there even for smaller sizes of these types.
Yeah.
So basically, if you don't want a bulky look of this kind, you can go for suspended lights also, which come in similar sizes. They look fairly sleek and good for your ambience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is about the dispersed or diffuse lighting. Then we have something like a focused lighting concept, like where we use the LEDs, which is called as a COB LEDs, that is chip on board LEDs, what we call.
Okay.
So this looks like a single array LED, but it's an array of LEDs inside that. Like we call it as a COB, chip on board LEDs.
Okay.
Where we want a focused lights, like basically if you want to highlight some particular object or a mannequin or any picture or those kind of this, we recommend these kind of a COB lighting products.
Okay, so basically in niches and arches.
Exactly, yeah.
For paintings and artifacts.
Yeah, near the wall, if you want some paintings, you want to highlight that, we can fix it on the ceiling, and from there you can focus it on.
So what's the recommended height between the object that we are focusing on versus the light? Like,
see, we have different fixtures. Like if you want to completely wash a particular wall, then we can keep it near the ceiling, I mean near the wall, and we can tilt it in a certain angle, and it will completely wash the complete this thing.
Okay.
If you want a particular beam angle, we have different beam angles in this, a narrow beam, a wide beam, and those beam angles are available.
Okay.
So want to focus it on only a particular object, we can use a narrow beam angle, and we can focus it on that particular object.
Okay.
In that again, with the wide beam, if you want to completely, a bigger painting are available on the thing. So you want to completely highlight that. Then we have a wide beam angles in this particular COB fixtures.
Yeah, so are you telling that narrow beam, wide beam all are in the same fixture, or do you have different types?
Different types.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And these are the different models that we have?
Yes, again we have it in round and square.
Okay.
And few of the fixtures, what you can see is of fixed type, only a downward direction. If you want a little bit tilt on that, we have some swivel type of fixtures as well.
Okay.
So you can fix it on the ceiling and we can focus it on a particular object.
Okay, so we
swivel
can
is optional
set them to
yeah,
certain
set them
angles.
to particular angles.
Okay, got it.
So this is roughly around 15 to 20 degree tilt angle is available. And few fixtures, what you see here, we can tilt to about 90 degrees as well.
Oh, okay,
90
interesting.
degrees. Yeah, see if you can see this particular model, we can give a 90 degree tilt also.
Okay, nice. So what are these lights?
These are again, as I was mentioning, so these are also a linear wall washer, what we call.
Okay.
So we can give it as a spotlight, or we can use it as a multiple this thing which gives a wall washing effect also.
Okay, and all of these are again, you need a false ceiling compulsorily?
Yeah, all these requires the false ceiling.
Okay, they can't be put on a true ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Perfect. So, guys, we've covered the general lighting. So the next lighting that we are moving to is
The decorative lightings.
the decorative lighting. Okay. So Girish, you were mentioning that there is decorative light. Now,
Yes.
what are the types of decorative light? Where is it used?
Yeah. See, decorative lights, we have like the suspended or the pendant lights, what we call.
Okay.
We have something like a surface mounted again in this as well.
Okay.
And we have the wall light fixtures,
Okay.
table lamps, and the floor lamps in
Okay.
decorative lights,
Okay.
depending upon like how you want to light up the space.
Uh-huh.
And in pendant lights, we have different sizes, like heights. Like if you want to have a double height or a triple height area, like mainly on few of the places in residence, you see this staircase area.
Yeah.
They have a common
Double height
ceiling,
space, yeah.
basically. So from second or third floor, they want to light up some this thing. We have a bigger chandeliers basically.
Okay.
And in chandeliers again, we have the general metal based or the glass ones, and even the crystal based as well.
Okay.
And in crystals, most of the fixtures what you see here, we use Swarovski crystals in that.
Okay.
Swarovski is a very well known brand across the world, and all the crystals, chandeliers what is displayed, most of them are from Swarovski crystals.
Okay.
And we have apart from the Swarovski crystal range, we have few of the glass pendant lights. We have metal based ones. That is about the pendant and the suspended fixtures. And apart from that, like one more point of what I would like to have this thing is like we have some fixtures which are common in this thing look wise basically.
Okay.
If you see like this is a table lamp which has a common this thing in the floor wall light
Okay.
as well as in the pendant light also that one. So we can give a kind of a concept for different rooms. Basically.
Okay.
It's the same family what we call. So we can give a different theme or a concept for different rooms in a house.
Okay.
So those kind of this thing is also available in this.
Okay, so as I'm understanding is basically when you spoke about chandelier, this chandelier we could use it in a double height space.
Yes, minimum a double height space. If you install that particular height, this will give an actual effect of that particular look of that particular this thing.
Okay.
Minimum double heights will be required, at least 20-25 plus height will be required for this.
Okay, and what about the maintenance of some light fixture which is as huge and bulky as
Yeah,
this?
see, maintenance part here is the minimum maintenance is only the cleaning part of it will be required.
Okay.
Apart from that, as I was telling you, the crystals what we use is from Swarovski. The color or the appearance of the Swarovski crystals will remain same for years together. Unlike the other local brands which are available, which will turn into colors which turn fade or something. In this Swarovski crystals, it doesn't have that other thing.
Okay.
So only a basic cleaning with the dry cloth will be sufficient just to clean the dirt.
Okay, but what when one of the light goes off? Is it easy to replace a single?
See, these are the general, I mean the LED bulbs what we use, like the E27 or E14 lamps what we use, and nowadays it's available in LED also. So the life, again as I said, like LED bulbs, life is more like not required to replace these bulbs quite often. So once you install it, most of the times like you do not have to replace the bulbs and other components in this.
Okay, perfect. So guys, if you have double height spaces, please do consider chandeliers for your space. They look grand. And say you want something contemporary, then you also have more contemporary looking
Designs.
chandeliers and designs, and you can opt for them. So you have this pendant light here.
Yes.
This is a pendant
Pendant
light.
light, yeah.
So where will I use this light?
See, it can be generally on the foyer area,
Okay.
entrance, or a living room.
Okay.
It all, see, decorative lights, it all depends upon the client's, how they perceive it. Like, they might be thinking about using it in the dining area also, or on a living space, on a corner of a living space, anywhere. Like, it's all depends upon the choice of the end client, basically.
Okay.
A lot of options are available in these fixtures.
Okay, so generally where a pendant light used, like where is it for high ceilings, or can we use it for low ceilings? Or
Yeah, see, it depends upon the size of the fixtures. See, these kind of chandeliers, what we saw, obviously it has to go for a double height or a triple height area. These ones can be used in the general heights, like a 10 feet height can be used.
Okay.
So it all depends upon the size of the fixture as well, basically.
Okay, guys. So what I commonly do is I use pendant lights in dining areas around your table, and that is when you don't need a central fan, or if you have a central fan, then you can have a pendant light or suspended lights on either sides. The next thing is the wall lights and the decorative lights. So where do you think we could use these lights?
See, again, in any particular hall or a bedroom area where we have space on one, 2 or 3 walls will be empty, like without any design, like wardrobes are not coming. Those places you can lit up those areas with a nice looking wall light fixtures. And this again, as I said, no, it goes with the same design of the pendant lights as well. So for a room, we can give a pendant light, same design with the wall light as
Wall
well.
light. Okay. So guys, you can use it on empty walls, having this as the center, or you can use it. Can we use this above any artwork?
We can use it, but generally it's on a empty
Wall
walls,
itself.
yeah.
It's not
Artwork, as I said, no, we can use some wall light fixtures, picture lights, those kind of fixtures. But this is generally for a general wall light
just a
application.
general,
Yes.
just for the ambience
Ambience,
purpose.
yes.
So if you have a European style,
Yes.
then you can use these lights to
Use
give
these
that a
lights, yes.
European.
And apart from that, like we have some of the bedside lamps also, either side
Okay.
of the beds. You can use these fixtures on the dressing. For
Okay.
general purpose, we can use this lighting, and for reading, we have this gooseneck light.
Okay.
This can be controlled separately. So these are some of the bed
So
light-
how do I
bedside.
operate it? How do I control it
See,
separately?
generally, it will be operated through a normal switch, and again we have some additional controls given over here.
Okay.
We can switch on and off individually as well.
Okay, got it. So, guys, you can use these dual bedside lamps where it can be used for dim lighting in the night, or you can also have a focused light to use it for reading. Okay, one more question. So, I think what type of light is this? Is this neutral or is this warm?
This is actually a warm white.
Okay.
We get it in all the color temperature. All we need to do is change the lamp as what you require.
Okay.
A cool white or a neutral or warm white.
So I can get even lower tones, like
Yes.
say I'm using it for my bedside and I
You
want
can
light
reduce the
bulb.
wattage as well,
Okay.
and the different colors are also available in these bulbs.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's a nice factor where you can just change the bulbs and
Wattage.
change the wattage or the intensity of the
Yes,
light.
yes.
So there's one more interesting light fixture that I saw here, which is a continuous rim of pendant lights.
Yes.
And is this glass?
It's a glass, yeah. Smoky
Okay.
glass finish, what we call. Again, it can be used above the dining table, any place where you want to just drop it down and just give an ambient look for that place.
And again, in these also we can change the
Lamps, wattages as well as the colors as well.
Okay, got it.
We saw some glass-based wall lights. No? Apart from that, we have these again the crystal-based wall lights as well. The same
Okay.
Swarovski model ones,
Okay.
and different designs are there.
Uh-huh.
How customers choose from that.
Okay, and what are these lights?
These are again aesthetic decorative lights, pendant
Okay.
lights, a bit of an antique finish in that.
Uh-huh.
Because we are a faucet company, we wanted to have that tap effect and even lighting. So we
Okay.
got some designs in
Interesting.
faucets as well.
Interesting.
antique
Okay.
design.
So next we're moving into floor and
Wall,
Wall.
table lamps. So we have these table lamps, different designs, aesthetic purpose in this, and the light output we can control with different types of wattages in this,
okay.
colors as well in this.
Okay, so do we have those tuners to control the intensity here?
We can have it basically, just
Okay.
like a small dimming this thing, we can use that.
Okay, okay. So this is another
Floor lamp,
floor lamp which is inspired by
trumpet models.
trumpet models. How interesting. So I think this has attracted me the most here, and it's a pretty unique design.
Yes, same design as I was telling you, we can give it in the suspended version as well in this.
Okay, so we can have a floor light of this kind, and we can also have a suspended light of this kind. Okay, interesting. So what's this concept?
Again, this is a floor lamp.
Okay.
It's just like a studio, like kind of a design basically.
Uh-huh.
Just aesthetic look for that.
Okay.
We can have again different wattages. We have a color changing lamp that is installed in this.
Uh-huh.
We have different colors in this, RGB colors available in this.
Okay. This again looks more like contemporary fixture and.
So this is again a floor lamp with same design in the pendant light of this.
Okay. So everywhere we have a matching.
Yes.
floor
So as I
lamp.
was telling you, we can give a concepts basically in different rooms.
Okay.
So one design for a complete room, so that it gives a good appearance for a room, right?
Correct. What is this? This is pretty interesting.
It's again a floor lamp can be used in just to highlight a particular table or a floor. We can use it just the aesthetic purpose. It is.
So most of the table lamps that we are referring to, they are for consoles,
Yes.
bigger consoles.
Bigger consoles, yeah.
Okay, right. And this
We have-
too is a unique light. So
Yeah,
this
we have
is-
just given a concept of a room kind of thing where we can place these the floor lamps on one side, and on one corner we can have these kind of a floor lamp.
okay.
So just to get that ambience of a particular room, so we have just given this particular pictures.
And this is again a larger tripod.
Tripod. Yes.
Combination of light. Guys, this is a very popular light these days which is being used in contemporary designs for aesthetic purposes. You get different head sizes also in these lights. Okay, so the next light that we are moving into is the outdoor lighting.
lightings, yes.
Okay. So these are the outdoor lightings.
Yes.
If you can just take us through their applications.
Yes. Yeah. Before we go into the outdoor this thing, like what are the points what we need to take care in outdoor lighting is the fixture should be in such a way that like the dust and the moisture doesn't go inside the fixture basically.
Okay.
What we call it as the ingress protection,
Okay.
or the IP rating, what we call.
Okay.
So the lesser the number, the lesser the protection. Like IP20 is generally used for the indoor applications,
Okay.
and as the number increases, like the 2-digit what we call, no? So as it increases, like the protection also increases.
Okay.
Like if you are going for completely submerged in water, like underwater or a swimming pool, those applications, we recommend the IP68 protection lamps.
Okay.
And those fixtures which are some in-ground burial fixtures we call, it comes with the IP67 protection.
Okay.
So at least for outdoor applications we have to give at least the IP43. It starts from at least IP43 rating.
Okay.
So
Got
it is a protection against the dust and the moisture.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, the different applications of the outdoor lighting, like these, what we see here is the bollards, what we call.
Okay.
See, these are used on the garden area, the pathways, those places, just to light up those particular place.
Okay.
So we have different sizes, wattages, look of the particular thing.
Okay.
If you want a complete 360-degree model, we have this one. We have a twin-sided throw of light, four-sided light, and a three-direction light source.
Okay.
So this is again, as I said, it is just to highlight a particular small driveways, pathways, those kind of applications. And apart from that, we have some wall-mounted fixtures just to highlight the particular wall light.
Okay.
So few of the fixtures what we see here, no, it's a up-down light fixture what we call. It will just throw the light on the wall,
And
both the
floor.
sides. Yeah,
Okay.
both the sides basically. We have some only the single-sided light throw, and same design we have it in double side also.
Okay.
For the general road lighting spaces, we have these street lights.
Okay.
Yeah, street lights for the public roads and the highways, those places we have these street lights.
Okay. And
Again, yeah,
all of these are LED again?
all are LED.
Okay.
All, whatever you see, everything is completely with LEDs only. And as I was telling about the road lights, the street lighting applications, we have these kind of street lights right from wattage from 18 watt till around 200 to 240 watt as well.
Okay.
So for smaller roads, those kind of places, we can for a higher, lesser this thing, height application, we can use a 18 watt street light.
Okay.
And for highways, those places, we recommend around 200 to 240 watts.
Okay.
National highways, those places.
Okay. So guys, this was everything about our lighting, the general lighting, the decorative lighting and the outdoor lighting. I hope we have covered all the lighting types for you, and I hope this is great information for you to go ahead and make your choices. In case you have any doubts about lighting, please do drop them in the comment section. We will pass it on to the experts who will answer your queries. And if you've liked the content, please do share it with your family and friends. It will help them to choose better lighting for their spaces. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content.